Is the single life a real vocation? You betcha. Because a vocation is what God calls you to. Now, the church traditionally puts them on religious, priesthood, single life, married, just to put them in categories. But there's more than just those categories, because God's will is different for every person. And so if you're seeking God's will and he calls you to be single, you'll know that because you'll have peace about it. If you're single and you don't have peace, well, he's probably calling you to go deeper into married life or to do something else. But if you don't like being single, then keep going until you have peace. And again, the best way to discern anything is put all your options down on different sheets of paper. Being single, getting married, being a priest, being a nun, going to California to find a new job, whatever your options are. And you pray about those for a while, and you put the good and bad in each thing. It might take you months, it might take you a week, it might take you a couple days. God deals differently with all of us. And then you sit there and you take each of these and you bring them before the Lord in front of the Adoration Chapel. It's by deal for that, but whenever you're praying, and just say, Lord, I exist. I only want to do what you want me to do. All these things are the things that I feel that are the doors you've opened for me, but I only want what you want. And then you take one and you sit with it. And if it doesn't give you peace, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Because in his will is our peace. Then you pick another one. Does it give you peace? So maybe a little bit, then keep it. And then you might get down to 2 out of 7 options, and both of them give you peace, or 3 of them give you peace. You just keep sitting with each of them. It might take, not happen in an hour. It might take days. It might take weeks. It might take months. And then the biggest thing is, if you were to drop dead today doing this, whatever are these options, would you hear from God? Do you feel you'd hear from God? Well done, good and faithful servant. Is this what God created you for? And that should give you peace. Doesn't mean it'll be easy. Doesn't mean it's going to make you always joyful. But it should be, this is what I was created for. And once you have that peace, now you know you're doing God's will. Most people have never asked God what they really want what he wants of them. They live their life, they do what they want, and they ask God to bless it. But that's not what we're called to do. We're called to seek God's will and live it. And so when that happens, now we'll have peace and we'll know it. So hopefully, again, so the question about being single, if you're at peace with it, a single life truly is a vocation. Of course it is. I've been single all my life. And God did that on purpose, He said, we will have no more little Larrys running around. You're the last of them, Larry. And I go, yeah, I know. So he did that on purpose. But the reality is that he does have a purpose for your life, and it's a specific purpose. He just doesn't create you and say, go ahead, do what you want. He creates you for a purpose for his glory that will also bring you great happiness and will give you peace. Okay, so again, encourage you to do that. Again, I have a CD that explains that. That's the reason for our hope. The CD is just called Knowing God's Will, and I have a book called Surrender. The book Surrender is just a book on how to discern God's will for you, what it looks like. And I just gave you a very fast summary, but it's much more detailed than that. But again, why you were created and all that kind of stuff. So that would help you if that's something you want. Okay.